This is a dedication to the ancestors. My immediate ancestors, Inez and William Hardy. My dad and mom are an American story. Both were part of the Great Migration. Imagine trying to level up when the playing field is loaded with landmines. My dad served in the Second World War as a Navy cook, amongst other things. William was militarily trained, however. Consider his counterparts who did not acknowledge his value. The military life must have been very difficult. My parents came up hard scrabble. When my dad was worn out from what the military parsed out, he found his peace at home with us. In fact, he hated how he was treated. He was forced back to his assignment on tightly packed warships with many different and sometimes very adverse personalities. My mother was very beautiful. I use her true likeness to narrate this story. Inez Hardy was extremely talented. My mom parlayed her skill as a seamstress and factory skills during the war into her own home-based business. Her Southern cuisine was first class, every dish from scratch. Mom's hands were gifted. She loved to knit and crochet. Inez drove her cars, so much so, Mom's brothers and sisters gave her the nickname Joe. That says it all. Furthermore, she was a genius. An African woman took a liking to her and taught my mother how to wrap hair using silk thread. Inez was a New York State licensed cosmetologist and a complex, multifaceted lady. Another thing, Inez danced very well. This is my origin story, and this dedication is for them and for me. I dedicate the 2025 Cultural Blackout to all our parents and grandparents for what they endured and how they saved us against all the odds. The 2025 Blackout is to remember our history and the true meaning of togetherness and thankfulness for our family and those who gave the ultimate sacrifice. This Blackout is to save our families and our culture and our love.
Hi, everyone. I thought of a way for all of us to possibly talk to our young people about what is happening. Today, we're learning about something very special. It is for all of us as a community. We are doing for our families and for all families who are like us. We're calling it the Cultural Blackout. Don't worry. It's not dark or scary. Actually, it's very good and bright with a lot of kindness and love and sharing with others and giving thanks going back to the very first Thanksgiving. A lot of people celebrate Thanksgiving in November. The story we were told said that the Pilgrims arrived here on sailing ships. As new people, they were not used to the harsh weather, which was cold. They had a very bad time finding food. The Pilgrims became very sick, some passed away. The people who lived here already, we were taught they were called Indians or Native Americans. Today we call their children's children. Indigenous Americans, because their culture is very old and has a very long history. They were here before this place was even named America. In today's time, Thanksgiving is a way Americans gather families together for a big feast to say thank you for the blessing of food, family. The thing is, though, we didn't learn the whole truth about Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a little more difficult to explain. Many Native Americans were hurt and pushed off their land out of their homes and treated very harshly after first helping the Pilgrims survive. Even though indigenous people helped the Pilgrims, the first winter in America. So when we think about Thanksgiving today, we don't just celebrate eating a lot of food. We have to include remembering the kindness of Native, indigenous Americans who helped Pilgrims survive the hard winter. We celebrate their sacrifice, honesty, and fairness as well. As the complicated and diverse history of Native and indigenous people. This year, our families are doing something a little different. We're calling it the cultural blackout. That means from Thanksgiving until after Christmas, we're not going to be focusing on ourselves, on shopping, buying toys, or fancy gifts. Instead, we're going back to the original meaning, that is, to focus on family togetherness, being thankful for all we have and giving love and helping others who are having a hard time. Not so people notice, but for real, to give back, to share the blessings that we have received. We'll gather together, maybe cook a smaller special meal, sing songs, share stories about our blessings, which are our families and children. And then here's the most important part. We'll take time to give to others. We'll give food, clothes, and handmade toys and cards to people in shelters, because there are many people and families, children, and elders who don't have much. When we help people, we're living the real meaning of the holidays. Every religion, every culture teaches the same thing because it's truthful. Kindness matters, compassion counts, giving is love. So this season, instead of waiting for sales or standing in lines at stores, we all stand together as a community. Our people, our history, and our love. That's what the cultural blackout is all about. It's about buying less and our hearts and minds becoming more on the inside.
People, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the link image below to view the next video.